Hello everybody, and actually welcome to the first ever review. I beat the game. I just reloaded a checkpoint. I got one of the better endings. Um, I just want to get my two takes on this game. And I'm not going to go to the boss, the area up ahead, because I'd rather you guys experience it that haven't got to experience it yet. Um, there is certain ways you can get around this, and certain ways that you had to um, that you can get around it if you have the certain levels in your um, character sheet. There we go. I'm trying to think of that word. I couldn't think of it. Anyway, it is one of the most beautiful things. There's a few things that I want to get off to get the bad things out of the way. Um, for one, as for someone that's played RPG for so long, sorry about that. I just had to make sure I was still recording. For someone that's played RPGs for as long as I have, I own over 200 RPGs on both Xbox One and the Xbox Series alone. That's not even including the RPGs that I own on 360, the ones that I owned on the original Xbox. The thing that sets me apart from this is it's a great starter RPG. If you guys haven't played any RPGs, or you guys are kind of newer to RPGs and trying to get your grasp on what you can an RPG can be, I highly recommend starting with the Avowed. Wow, I didn't even notice that when I first came over here. That is pretty badass. Anyway, I'm gonna watch this while I go over the review. Oh, it looks. Oh, okay. This is a great starter. Basically, you when you come to this, you got pretty simple menu options. Pretty much, everything is simple. Simple, like little tiny inventory space. You can look at a simple character sheet, which is nice. It's not too complex. It's good for starters. As you can see, I am the highest you can be, which is level 30. It is the highest level you can be. You can't get any higher than that. As for this is basically what I am. I'm mostly a ranger build, and I was playing this on hard, so it took me longer to go through and actually beat this game. The choices do matter. I don't know what they said that the choices don't matter. The choices do matter depending on what you choose, and how you overcome things will decide on the fate and what happens during the final fights, the final area. The final area you do, it doesn't really count as an area. You do go back to Paradise, which is where you first start out at, on the Liberlands Island. I'm sorry if I'm trying to look up shit too. The game is pretty simple. When you play on harder difficulty, for like my build, as you can see, my build isn't all about health. So of course I'm gonna go. I was going down a lot. I'm more a perception than anything else. Yeah. Okay, so you come back to this place, and you get to experience what you done happens in like the time you were gone. Each place has something that can happen depending on your choices. So don't let anyone like Griffin Gaming tell you that this choices don't matter. Choices do matter in this game, but not as in depth as if you guys played Mass Effect or Dragon Age, not Railguard. We don't talk about Railguard. We talk about Dragon Age 1, 2, and Inquisition. If you play those, you will understand what I mean by choices will have certain actions and consequences. You basically are a godlike. You try to come and stop the Dream Scourge. You don't know what's exactly going on, or what this Dream Scourge is. You find companions along the way. The companions you do find are Kai, which Kai is Where are you, Kai? Kai's somewhere. I don't exactly know where Kai went. I think he's staying back in the back. I think that's what happened. He was staying in the back. But you got Kai, which then you got Marius, you have Yatsuli, and then you have Giada. And every single one of these, which is what Obsidian does great, when you go to your abilities, you can see Obsidian does a great job on the companions. It makes you feel, it makes you want to go and actually um, spend time with the companions and learn more about them. Of course, trying to see how long I have on this game. Yep. So the few issues that I have, other than it's more of a light RPG, is the biggest issue that I have is that enemies do not respawn during days, which would actually help actually make the game less of a chore if you're going to go around and explore. Um, like I did, I opened up every single map and location. I spent my time trying my hardest to do everything that I can to find all these side quests. There is one side quest that is bugged right now. I did save it at that side quest. There is a captain in do this. Galloween's tusks. There it is. There's a captain that you will find if you do this certain action before you go talk to him. Which you can do the quest beforehand before you accept them. That is a thing you can do in this game, which actually makes it kind of interesting because you'll randomly find someone and can do something for them, and or bam, you go back to another area. They say, "Hey, this so is doing this thing and that, and I need this and that," and then you just go and you say, "Yeah, I can help you." But I've already done this or done that, and they'll go, "Oh, really?" And they'll react to you already doing that. But if you do that in Galloween's Tusk, there's a certain part where if you want to see the glitch or the bug, you can look it up. It's straight up on Reddit. But yeah, it kind of throws you off guard because now not that many people until the bug gets fixed. Not that many people can actually go and complete all the quests, which is leading for an achievement, which kind of sucks if you are going for all the achievements. It can bug out for you, but thankfully that they acknowledge that there is some bugs that they need to fix in the soon to come patch, and I think that's one of them that's gonna get patched. Um, So yeah, there are a few bugs here and there. Combat feels nice. Of course, like I said, I'm a ranger, so I got parry where I can actually parry. And the one thing I will give this game credit for is the different weapon and variety of armor and how you can level every armor up. It doesn't matter what armor you like too, because you can actually go to here and go to your inventory and just say like, you know what, I think these boots look better. You can actually transmogrify the boots to make it look like that. So you can just do that and voila. See, that actually looks cool. I wanted to keep that. Or you can do this, but I like those better. And ta-da. Um, as you can see, the weapons are pretty cool, or the legendary weapons. And it doesn't. And when you say legendary weapons, you need to call them unique weapons, because these aren't legendary weapons. If you can go and make weapons, unique weapons, legendary. So they're basically unique weapons. Each of them starting at a different, variety of what you call them, ranks. So as you can, if I was, god dang it, I'm way too far. But if I was to go back and look at it, there'll be basically, well, I think I got enough to show you guys. Like, see, exceptional quality, legendary quality, then there's rare quality, and then there's common, and so on and so forth. you can take this right here. Um, let's make it. Let's go. Oh, whoops. Let's go here and see if I can find. Let's just say that this is a unique item, right? So unique will actually say unique on it. As you can see from here, it will say unique. Let's just say this as unique, right? You can level a unique, like you start a unique item you find at the beginning, all the way up to legendary. If you want to keep that weapon with you the whole round, you can. Um, it doesn't matter. The other thing is it does a great way of actually letting you choose your background. Each kind of background would depend on what you actually can respawn with. Like I am a scout, so I can respawn with scout motives. And I do love the unique weapons. The weapons designs, the armor design is perfectly fine. The issue I have at the beginning of the game, though, is the customizing your creator. Like your customized creation system is kind of not all fantastic. Um, as you see from my character, there's a certain thing you can you have to make your character have like this godlike feature. You can take that off like I did. I didn't like any of them. For future, if you do make it Avowed 2, please have it where we can customize our fungi or our roots or anything like that on our face, where we can customize the color. We can customize the shape and stuff. Even if it's a little thing, at least then I would have more, influence to actually not shut it off. But it does feel weird when you shut off because everyone goes, "Oh, your face." I'm like, I'm just a regular elf. I don't know what's wrong with my face. But it's supposed to have your thing on there to make it where you are a godlike, and people will actually call you godlike. Um, so the creation system for your character is not the best. The other thing is when you start out in Paradise, it's fine. Everything is fine. It's actually not a chore to go through. The most annoying and downright terrible level design, and one of my worst times. Like, it's not a terrible looking area, but it's just bland, and there's not that many enemies that you can fight here and there. There's gonna be a couple areas where you can find like maybe 3 groups of enemies you can fight, but it's mostly walking and running until you run for like 3 to 5 minutes, sometimes 10, before you find a fight. And unfortunately, that area is Emerald Star. You start here, you go up here, then you come around here, and then you go up here, and then you'll meet the guard. There's only 5 areas, but what it looks like is, don't get me, don't get ahead of me, but there might be some areas coming in future DLC or updates, like this area, this area up here, and you got a couple areas here along with an island that's just right here, because you start out here, like around this area. That's where you start out at, and then you move up to Dawn Shore, okay, Paradise. But Emerald Stair. Oh yeah, I'm from my current. Because I'm on the last area. I will show you guys the thing. I would like to actually zoom in, but you can't. But that is one of the most annoying places to be at. But once you get done with that, you automatically go to Shadow Scarp, which is a better area. But when you get to Galloween's Tusk, that is when things start popping off. It starts becoming fun, and then the garden amplifies that, and you start finding out things that you have questions at the beginning, and find out more about your companions, and you can actually have a chance, if you give it patience you have with some of the characters, you can have a chance to find out the background on what makes them them. um they are characters that are flawed. It's pretty fun to actually listen to them, but like I said, Obsidian always does good with their companions. The Outer Worlds is being one of them. The only other issue I have is side quests give you little to no XP. The side quests are going to be your scapegoat for more interesting kind of quests. As the main storyline, the main quest, it's basically like a roller coaster. Some of it's really actually decent, some of it's really good. Then you have some of it that's mediocre or bad, and it's just this roller coaster that goes up all the way, then down all the way, up all the. But all in all, the ending of the story is not even that bad. And this is what I mean by your ending of the story is depending on your choices. I don't know what the hell Griffin Gaming was talking about because I've already watched that. And I mean, it's understandable when you go and have your opinion, but choices do matter. That's the only thing he got wrong. The choices matter. Now, when the game first got shown, this could be my other nitpick. It was supposed to show off a more dark and gritty environment, and we never really got that in this game. The closest we ever gotten for that is Shadow Scarp and Galloween's Tusks, as they're both fighting for survival. There's enemies like all over the place. There's suffering going on. There's the survival for food and water. So it's like this dark and gritty story of survival. But as for the garden, sorry if you hear noise in the background. My cat is eating. As for the garden, Dawn Shore and Emerald's there, not so much. Now I did look up my gameplay, my game time played, and in order for me to keep the time relevant, every time I went to, this is why I'm going to let you know that this is actual time shown. Every single time I went to go do something, I would back out of the game, so it quit timing my gameplay, because if I was to be on the pause menu for too long, or if I had to go do something, that's not what I wanted. I didn't want the time to be accumulated with that, so I went ahead and backed out. But one of the best things that I did find out is that because of that little thing I done, I have been playing for a total of 4 days and 42 minutes. So, yeah, I've been playing it hard. It took me a little bit longer. I had to play it like Dark Souls because I had no health. Other people are going to have a lot of health. They're going to have this OP ability. But Ranger, if you want it to be more difficult, but in kind of wild time where you can dodge, you can increase your parry, you can get your weapons to be stronger, and you have more finesse. And if you want to summon a bear, because you can summon a bear, I would choose the Ranger. It was way more fun for me to kind of learn how to get around obstacles instead of just automatically plowing through enemies. But that's just me. A lot of people like to choose the magic in this. The grimoires are fun. I used every single weapon that I could. So all the weapons play nice. Some of the weapons I prefer more than the others, like two-handed weapons I'm not really that fond of. Magic I'm not really that fond of, but I usually never use magic. I think the only time I ever used magic was in Skyrim, and that was to heal myself. And same with Oblivion and Morrowind, I just used restoration. Not really much else. I think in Skyrim I did kind of try out some of the destruction magic just to see how it is. But in this game, I haven't tried it. I just don't see myself ever trying it. I mean, I might try it later on in the future, but who knows? Um, so that's pretty much the bad stuff and okay stuff. The things that make this game great, though, like I said, I do the second area. Oh, shit starts popping off, dude. It is amazing. I fucking love it. Um, you start getting more into the story. You start getting more side quests actually open up to you. As the side quests are highly recommended for me because they just increase the like fun for the game, and um that it's just fun to go around and actually kill things. There's actually a lot of enemies. There's a good amount of variety of enemies in each area, and it's just a all around good time to actually play. Oh, there's Kai. There he is. Hey, Kai. Um, so out of the second area, yeah, some people actually like the Emerald Stair. I, unfortunately, was the only one that didn't really care, so, whoops. um, the other thing that's really, really fun is your actual camp. Your camp that I'm going to right now, I'm going to show you guys here in a second. You'll find camps around the area. You'll find, whoa, that was a good glitch a little there. It was loading up. So you'll find these, and then you can go over here, and as you see the icon in the top left is a tent. You just go here, and, gather around. Your, companions will have exclamation marks above them if you need to talk to them. Sometimes they'll have exclamation marks above their head if you're in the area. But when you talk to them, they won't say anything. They will talk to each other.
But
Don't get too comfortable in that
Hurry up!
bed.
Hurry up! Yo, I'll just go here. I'll click this. There we go. But it's nice to hear them banter back and forth because sometimes they talk about good, some cool, interesting things about each other, and they have some really good insights on each other, and you start noticing that they actually build a relationship. When you go to here, you can cook. Each one gives you different kinds of varieties and buffs. Some of it gives you health regeneration. Others can give you perception. As you see here, 1 to perception and dexterity plus 10% movement speed. So each of these have its own, buffs and stuff, and interesting, unique things. If you want to read about the description, you can. Some of them are actually pretty funny, depending on which one you look at. You actually start creating different kinds of bombs and stuff like that. And like I said, it's all in all, it's actually really, really fun to actually cook. The other thing you can do is you can collect these totems, and if you collect all the pieces and stuff, you can actually listen to the background of each totem. You can hear the background. When you get your unique weapons, you can bring them into here, and as you can see, I already chose this one, but when you get enough material, you can choose one or the other. So you can, depending on what build you're building, you can choose one or the other. It's really fun to play around with and find out which one is suitable to you. So it's nice. You can do the same thing with armor. Armor does. These are mostly weapons actually for that. Yeah, weapons. But you do armor and stuff in this, and this is what I mean. So as you see, here we go. Now I can see it. We got common, we got fine, exceptional, superb, and legendary. You can take a common, unique item that you found at the beginning of the game, and if you want to keep it throughout the whole game, you can make it legendary. That's why I tell people that go and say, "Oh, I found all the legendaries." No, you found the unique weapons and armor. But yeah, you can make anything legendary on this, and depending on what it has, will grant you certain buffs and debuffs. Like, for instance, unfortunately, I have 20, negative 20 on my stamina and negative 20 on my essence. Sorry about the yawn. It is really, really fucking late. It's like 5:30 here. But yeah, that's another thing you can do. You store things, and this is what I'm gonna teach you guys here in a minute. Alright, so I got a lot of things I can store away, which is actually really, really good. But you can store different things in here and pull different things out. Alright, now here's what's cool. Let me go ahead and exile this, and I'll show you this thing that's cool that needs to be in every single game. Especially when we have not a lot of space or weight limit we can carry. When it's not a lot and we're carrying things left and right and we had to pick up a lot of things, this will help. So let's say I go to here, right? Alright, so I'm pretending, okay, so see, I'm not using this. If you look at the bottom, you can see stash and camp or breakdown. You can stash this wherever you want. Like, wherever you are, you can stash it into your camp. And it's one of the most useful things you can do. Not only that, but when you stash things, let's say I go back up here, right? When you stash things into your storage and your camp, not only do you have the ability to go back to your camp to grab them, right? But you also have the chance to come to here and say, I want to look at your wares. So our merchant looks at me. You can go over to the, you press LT to go to the left side. You can, I'm going to sell this to him because this is what I found. So you can give that, but you can click the right stick and you'll see that this is your whole stash. These are all my unique items, by the way. I collected every single one of them. Some of them I sold off because I needed the money. But then you go and sell every single one of these. Whoop. And then you go to here. I have one of these I don't need. But this is what I mean. Like, this has to be in every single game. Other than that, like I said, the side quests are pretty fun. The main quest is kind of up and down. The combat is fine. It's not anything that's gonna blow your mind or anything. Well, unless you use magic, of course. I heard that magic is really, really fun to use in this game. So, I mean, it's whatever you want to use. Are you kidding me? There's an apple here. All right, cool. And that. But one of the best things about this is how they treated the final showdown. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything or not, but when you have a certain thing happen, you'll notice when you play the game, there's certain ways you can kind of do bosses and stuff, the final showdown, and there's ways that you don't want to do it, and this game does it fine. I have never had fun with the final boss in my entire life. You can, like I said, you can even have options to kind of change how the final boss reacts. That's what I mean by their choices. Don't let anyone tell you there's not. But it is one of the most fun times I've ever had with the final confrontation. And there's humongous. It's like, so this is gonna be the last thing, and then I'll give my rating. There is so many twists and turns that will just hit you. And when I say so many, is I don't want to tell you how many there are, but when you start finding out more and more, and you read different things, and I highly recommend you pick up and read things, alright? Because it is fun to actually read most of them. Some of them will be, kind of a chore, but you'll find out about different areas and different backgrounds, and you'll find out about different characters, and then you'll start actually noticing that the choices you make either makes you feel good or feel bad, and that's what I love. But the twists and turns are just right on point. There's gonna be some mind fucks into this game too when you get to the garden. Uh, I would say throughout the from zone 3 on up. So Shadow Scout, Escape, and on up, you can pretty much find some wild shit that happens. Um, but yeah, all in all, the game's about. Oh wow, they respawn. I did not expect that. Am I? I can. So all in all, the game gets me out of me. For a guy that likes RPGs, the game gets a 6 out of 10. I mean, it's nothing to go to home and to tell everyone about. For me, I mean, I'm not gonna recommend this to RPG veterans. No way in hell I recommend it to them. But in all retrospect, um, wow, I forgot it. Yeah, you need to be careful. In all retrospect, though. It is a pretty fun game. You can have your fun with it. There are going to be a lot of points where you just kind of question your insanity. And there's going to be points where you question if you should go on. But I do recommend going on. Um, so, yeah. 6 out of 10 for me. Some of my friends gave it a 7. Which, it's their opinion. But for me, I'm not giving it a 7. No way in hell I'm giving it a 7. Sorry. Not sorry. I'm not. No. But, yeah. So, for anyone that's watching, let me know what you guys think. I haven't got my chat up, just because I use Twitch to make my videos, unfortunately. But, let me know what you guys think of it, think of the game. And give me your rating, and, I'd like to, if you want to talk more about the game, then, and you beat it, I would be more than happy to. If you haven't tried it yet and you're looking for just a game that has some, wild, just random fun in, and you want a game that's short on normal difficulty, I mean, my friends beat it within a few days, and that's them playing maybe 3 to 5 hours at times. So the game's roughly about 15 to 17 hours. For an RPG, it's not that long. For me, though, it took me over 4 days. So let's do 72 plus 24. So 102 hours for me alone. Oh, I'm not going over there. I don't hear you. I don't hear you. But yeah. Also, if you guys want on YouTube want to like or dislike the video, feel free. You don't have to. If you want to support the channel, you can. You can just subscribe, or the other way, which I don't force anyone. You're not obligated to, but if you want to look at the donation, you can. I don't expect anyone to because of how the economy is. The economy right now is just fucking terrible, especially where I live. I mean, right now, me and my wife are in the middle of trying to get things moved over to the new place, and I'm stuck here for another few months or so. I gotta repair some things before we sell this place. But for me alone, last time I shopped for groceries for a week, it just cost me $139, and that was ridiculous. And that's just for me to have a week of food and drinks and shit like that. But yeah, there is there if there's an option, but you're not obligated to. But yeah, until next time, be kind to one another, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.